gone for a little while, but look at me and now I'm back. So yeah. We should probably open up this one to see if anyone is in chat. You guys gotta sub if you can. Be greatly appreciated. There we go. I think that's fixed. Also, hopefully this stream looks a little better now. Well, I don't know, I just turned the bit rate up. We got some new skins since we're gone pretty much. Got his AirPods in, you know. Oh, I should probably do something. I live. I really do hope my frame rate is good. Maybe then if it's not, I'll just turn the bit right FPS is all that matters. Okay.
I see your mission objective states that you're going to destroy the sphere, not retrieve it. That is not, sir, what Dr. Hayden, the Seraphim, has requested of us. You.
Oh crap. That one might be helpful. Oh, I took no damage. I didn't even need to do that.
That's the key that opens the entrance to the Father's tomb, which, according to our data, should be on the crest of a mountain just beyond this altar. That is the origin of the Father's realm.
I think we're gonna get this one over with already. The buff marauder. This is gonna be a difficult guy, but you know. It's a little difficult to restack because he's so quick. Yeah, so I have to get this extra life. Come on, boy. Easy, easy, dubs. Let's go, easy. Too easy, bro. Not even difficult at all. Like seriously, it's actually like. Oh, did I just drop some frames, bro? On the stream. That could have been very bad. Level's too easy on. Am I on Nightmare still? Jesus Christ. Okay, I think I'm getting a little better, guys. There we go. Now we have the Doom Hunter fight. Where there's it's the Fog, Doom Hunter, Arachnotron. Easy dubs. Easy. Okay, I really hope to God. Do I have BNG ammo? I hope I do. 'Cause if I don't, oh no. Why doesn't it give you back your ammo? grab another BSG set? Great, okay, now I'm good. Huh. That was bad. Yes, this seems like a difficult trial when you don't got guns. So, what's going is get guns. They put that on, right? Yeah. I hate them. Okay. I love them. The only bosses I like are I hate this. And Trials of Malachi. This boss right here slaps. So good. I honestly think I might just do this level and get up for the night. I don't know. Maybe flip. Nobody just like adds these little like things where it breaks his arm in half and then I just get punches it. Would that kill it though? Just breaking its arm? Like maybe. Maybe I'll try it then. It'll be sad. Okay, and yep, this is Colorado. This one is the variant. I really don't like this one. Where are you, buddy? Here you are. No, it's Colorado. That is also a cool way to get That's how you it's really like you have to be looking for the secret chapter. Or if it's right in there. Wandering around. That was not good. Okay. We're gonna maybe switch gears and go to one. Oh, that was bad. I don't think I've ever encountered a death threat. Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Well, that was not a good outcome. That guy. Man, lamb. Always land on this shit. Every time I get it. Hey, buddy. Wait, that was dumb. Whoa. I'm actually stupid. Ugh. Okay, I gotta run.
Critical damage.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Hang on this one. School boys. We're not gonna skip it. Yeah. On the scooter.
Hurry. Retrieve the Father's soul sphere. He will save Urdak from the demons. For the humans' sake. Do it now. This is the Father's sphere. He will save me. Yes.
He mad.
You feel you are prepared now for this.
Kinda.
This is the Dark Lord's life sphere. He'll take physical form if you do
I
this.
hate the Dark Lord fight, you know? The worst fight in the game. Because I suck ass, but so. Yeah, I don't like the Dark Lord fight this. Some of this, like, he regains health when you shoot him. Like, and then, like, some of the damage you do, but, like, half his attacks feel undodgeable. And, okay. So there's this guy called Synthetic Man, and he was calling out a lot of bullshit on Nightmare because he played through it on Nightmare, and he sucks. Like, actual dog shit. At the game. I've only found like one thing of like hot dog shit, like bullshit in the game, and I can pull it up real quick. Honestly, I really want to pull that up. Yeah, it was 230K. Oh wait. Yeah. This like was just utter bullshit. One. For some reason my gladiator here. So let me. So we're here now. See how he's at half health? He wouldn't go down.
Ultra Nightmare is gonna be awful. Come on, buddy. Gotta just Wow.
So I had a frame drop, I think. Yeah, frame drop right there. 10 FPS.
Wow.
Not good.
Ah. Oh no, what a shame.
See how he's not taking any fucking damage. I didn't know. I was like suspicious. Like, what's going on, you know?
Ah!
Till it happens.
Oh my god, I'm literally gonna die.
Oh, this is some bullshit. I don't think it's nightmare bullshit, but it's.
Game is tame as heck.
Yeah, that's a little
Here's the
loud.
door, the shield. Yeah, man.
That's a little loud. I just.
Okay, why is he not taking any damage?
This is where I realized.
He's not taking any damage.
How did I not? I was suspecting it.
That's actually really worrying.
Why is it worrying though, you dumbass?
This
This is what's
okay.
supposed to
I lost a
happen.
life because he wasn't taking damage, I think. Or did he just do that in Nightmare?
Had a frame drop. You know, I
Sometimes
stop every time I
my
get a frame
frames drop, so I need to just pause.
I just need to pause and let it go back up. I don't want to have drop frames in the middle of my fight.
I was getting like suspicious because he wasn't faltering or whatever.
That makes because like faltering is the falter system, you know. Basics of the game. Probably most
That
important
seemed
thing.
to do it because like he should be dead by then.
So I think it's
Chainsaw.
it's gonna be like this soon.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually really happy that I was able to fix it
Before I think it's
for the
when,
YouTube videos.
We'll just watch
stuff.
through my video, my VOD.
Ah!
For me, it looks like dog crap, bro. Like, it looks like 480p and I'm on 720p. Do I need like a capture card? Okay, yeah, this is it. I think. So I'm at 95 health. Okay, maybe not. One of these seconds.
No, I'd literally get my channel
Okay. So,
destroyed.
okay, it's not here.
Like my channel would actually get taken down.
Wait, he's talking about like H2.
If you want that, just go watch Midnight. He's a Doom YouTuber. He literally played it with his girlfriend.
Okay. Talk about bullshit. 75 health. Down
Whoa.
5 instantly. That's kind of bullshit. Then again, I can't dodge, so. Because I suck.
Let's go, I got it. Really? That's pretty funny, honestly. Oh, okay. Hey, would you be interested in like Halo streams at all? Like, cause I've been thinking of doing Halo streams. Because that's what I
See
used.
that? Okay, so
Oh. Hey, would you be thinking of doing Halo
4 health.
streams?
Okay, then maybe that's not such bullshit.
That's what I used to do on this channel.
That's seriously what it was. I don't know.
God damn it.
Wait, oh no, it was this one. 84 health. 84 health. See? See that? 84? Right here? One. One of them. Does 84 health? Does 84 damage?
What the hell?
And you can see that I'm like, what the hell? Like, excuse me? I didn't know that it was gonna be that wacky.
Ah!
I thought it was
Nice.
complete,
Okay,
you know,
yeah. Then
bullshit.
we'll probably do that maybe tomorrow or next day. It's, summer.
Come on! Come on! Yes! 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 Okay, come on. Oh! Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is one of my finest. You just auto skip already.
Yes! Yes! Okay.
Like that.
Yes!
I did something stupid where you know. I don't know why. So, yeah, this guy. This is what I was talking about. Let's go. This wackadoodle. If I get
Well,
life for this
it's been
bullshit, I'm just gonna strike him back. You know, start a war with him. The response to Doom Eternal fanboys. So, we're gonna watch this.
light once you shoot there, so that I could,
The guy sucks at the game, honestly.
remember all you were supposed to.
Because he can't learn the basic fucking systems.
It's a beat 'em up. I'm trying to take your quarters, but it's still a challenge. So get good, pussy.
The
Yeah,
only
get good
thing they
pussy.
fear is him.
And so you know, he's not moving around. He's standing pretty still. He's not dashing. You know, I think I did this a lot. And he's not even putting in more pushback, which isn't bad, I guess. People don't have to learn that, you know? Like one of the nicest, awesome people.
Oh, here we go, Doom Eternal.
Note, all this footage was captured from my Nightmare playthrough, which I beat. So did I, and I suck. Just so you know. Despite how painful certain elements of the game become on that difficulty. So no, I'm not bad at the game. Yes, you are, kind of. I'm getting annoyed at a lot of the changes between entries. and I hope the name game starts catering to the masochists who like the gameplay style. I've not played 2016, so I wouldn't know what's better. I'm guessing Doom Eternal is better because it's faster, in my opinion. I don't know. I've not played 2016. I'll probably do a stream where I do that, but I'll like wait for the Steam Summer Sale. You know? Yeah.
So please don't be angry at me because I really do think it's the second best game
You
released
think-
this
you
year,
think
and I
it's a
think
great
that's a good
game?
compliment. I still really enjoyed my time with the game,
You really enjoyed
but I
it.
really think it has a lot of flaws, that
flaws,
held
he
it
says,
back.
you'll see.
And I still believe firmly that Doom 2016 is the better game. Because
agree
here's
with
the
that,
thing,
but I won't.
before you comment, just hear me out. I think they
Like I said,
improved
cringe.
the core shooting. Like the guns, the roles they play in combat have all been improved since 2016.
Oh,
Now
no,
basically
they
every
added
gun has a use,
platforming.
which is great. I think that works
Oh,
perfectly
no.
for the type of combat they're going for.
That takes
However,
literally less than 10. You
Almost
spend, like,
every other change
5 minutes
makes the
at
game
most during the
more
campaign on it.
annoying to play. Like for example, they severely limit your ammo stores
Chainsaw, bro.
versus
Just got a chainsaw.
2016. And I
You just need a chainsaw, okay? I could just make a whole video out of this. I'll probably just go on Connor Shaw's review. You know, I could milk them a little bit. You know, it's an old trend with the Doom community, but you know I can still do it. It's still fun.
found every secret. This is not a matter of, oh, you were supposed to find more upgrades. No, I grabbed
just not good.
everything. My ultimate problem with this game is that it attracts a very specific masochistic section of the gaming
Get good,
audience.
Will.
And it's not something I'm foreign to. I mean, I play the Souls games,
I'm not, so
you know?
I know.
But the difference is that Doom
like
Eternal is that on Adderall. It's spastically fast, and you
Yeah,
have
bro.
to be
Just become a spy.
extremely accurate, and you have to constantly remember all these other mechanics. Always remember to flame belch for
Bro, you
armor.
gotta, like,
Always remember
high
to
schooler.
use your frag grenades, and then when those are out, switch to your ice
like-
grenades.
Like 20-year-old.
Remember to glory kill to get health back.
Easy.
Remember to use the chainsaw when you're low on ammo, which is all the time. Remember
Yeah.
to quickly switch between powerful weapons so that you ignore the normal rate of fire cooldown. This game wants you to play it in a very specific way, and that's my problem.
I personally don't see his point right there and why that's necessarily a bad thing.
There's no
But it doesn't make you play in a specific way. I think. I don't know one's in my chat right now. But I'm, like, if anyone ever watches the thing again, you know, it doesn't make you play in a specific way because again, so many people don't. You know, you're playing a different way than I do. You're playing like dogs. No, just kidding. You're playing a different way than many people, and many people play like Alston doesn't PB sticky. He's playing different pretty much. Some people use the tech like shield rays or whatever, and you know like other people don't. I don't normally. I use some maybe. I just play. I play different from everyone has different playstyles, and so it doesn't force you to play in this some specific way. So I think it's complete kind of bullshit.
player choice. What you're supposed to do is, in these big circular battle arenas, you run away from the demons.
And also, remembering that stuff, at least for me, because I've only been playing for 10 months though. Like, since, what's the date? August. I'm not that old, I've only been playing the game for almost a year. I'm not that good, or, 9 or 10 months, So, it's not that hard to remember all this shit, In my opinion, I think it's actually really easy to remember that. Just change your control scheme, maybe.
while shooting
Get
them
good,
with your
no?
various weapons,
kidding.
and every heavy demon has a specific weakness, so you're constantly switching weapons to whatever's effective against that demon.
Yeah.
If for
easy.
any reason the core gameplay loop stops, like you get stuck in a corner because you constantly have to be strafing backward while shooting, and hopefully
Strafe
you've memorized
side
these small arenas
jump.
so that you don't fucking get stuck
good.
in like a tight hallway or
Open
in
Pringles
a
can,
corner.
steal the last
Because
chip
if
that's
demons
left.
ever
Jeez, I
catch
ate
up
the
to
whole
you,
can today.
they bitch slap the shit out of you and kill you instantly.
Get good,
I
though.
have a shit ton of clips of my Nightmare playthrough where
Okay.
I accidentally. I have a
Now this I can kind of agree on, because that gladiator fight thing, you know?
shit ton of clips of my Nightmare playthrough where I accidentally
Nightmare
bump
is
into
difficult.
something
Get good.
and then I die instantly.
I don't even think I died in that.
Fucking on the last level, I lost 4
Okay, I
extra
don't think I died
lives
over here,
because of a
actually.
tiny hallway. A little
must be
tiny
better
hallway
than
that
this guy.
shouldn't exist on one of the rooftops. Believe it or not, I actually delayed this review by a couple days just so that I could finish
Bro, I
Eternal
finished
on
in, like,
Nightmare. So
couple
that I
days
could, you know,
worth.
talk about it without the fear of people saying I'm just bad at the game.
Kinda are.
I mean, most people played it on normal, okay?
Doesn't mean
I beat this on Nightmare, and on Nightmare, every problem
You're
with this
better.
game is exemplified to the max.
What are the problems?
It's sad because some of these weapons are really fun, man. The
I
super
don't mind
shotgun
this dice, this is
especially
Doom.
got a major upgrade. Like the
I'm
meat
not watching
hook on
any
it,
other videos.
it's just so fun to just swing around all these demons and get a pot shot in and fucking leap over them. The meat hook sets demons on fire, which means once you shoot them, you actually get armor from them. So finally, an alternative to
You're
the
supposed
flame
to be
belch.
jumping and
Super
dashing,
shotgun
though. How
has
did
to
he get
be
stuck there?
one of the most fun shotguns I've ever used in a video game. So that's the only amount of fun I got to have playing my way in
think
the
he's a
game,
Midwesterner.
because everything else is just playing the
You see, you said it doesn't let you play in your specific way. I might be getting this wrong. You just kind of contradicted yourself. You said it in my way. My way. In my way.
game
No.
that specific way as good as possible. And yes, I know, I've seen some of these speedrunner videos where they found these other ways to fight the Marauder. The Marauder is the ultimate
been playing
example of
since
like
day one.
anti-player choice. I despise him. God, for anyone who's played this game, you know the pain of the
I
Marauder.
love the Marauder.
The fact that the best way to fight him is to stand completely still and let you run to him. And then when he flashes green, you shoot him. I mean, he's essentially a Dark Souls enemy stuck in a FPS. It doesn't make it.
I don't see a problem with that. Like, he doesn't make you stand a specific way. You just aren't playing the game. No script.
make any sense. And it
Makes so much sense. Okay, so what you do here? 1 second. Let's open up Microsoft Paint. If I have it here. Okay, so this right here is the Marauder, you know? So he got his axe and other shit, you know? This is Doomslayer, or ooh, I don't know. Shit, how do I size doesn't matter, guys. So, we got my boy, Doomslayer, right here, you know? And so, he's, you know, he's, flashing. And also, Slayer also has super shotgun, you know? So, he flashes, this is what I do at least. I have 2 different ways. So I go PB Prison Bolt, SS G, you following? And then maybe a ballista. Or I just could do, where's this? Or I do PB, SS, G, PB, or, can I just copy this? PB, SSG, PB, S, or no, CB, or sticky. And that'll get you around like two cycle here, 3 or 4 cycle, 3 cycle. Easy. You wait for him to get to like medium range. It's not that damn difficult.
It just doesn't feel satisfying at all.
It's so
Even though I
satisfying.
eventually got pretty good at killing him.
No, you didn't.
It
Well,
took
actually, you
me
got
so
decent,
many
you know.
attempts to like play against the way that
They
the
make-
game teaches
it's
you to play
literally-
just to fight this one
You're not-
specific
no.
enemy.
Completely wrong. You're playing how the game wants you to play. That's literally what he is. You're supposed to quick swap with him. It's like how you play the game. That's what you're supposed to do. You're literally wrong.
This is
I'm
what
sorry about
happens when you take one fucking gameplay style and you crank it to the max and ignore everything else that makes a
Jump.
good game. Because all of the development time was put into just the combat arenas, the demons, the weapon balance, because everything outside of that feels like an afterthought. The level design is a joke.
How?
Platforming battle arena
Yeah,
arena
that's
with
not bad.
tiny little secret areas that are basically just camouflaged into the environment. So yeah, I'm sure if you're
I
like
might be
the
honest,
average
but I
gamer
kinda
and you
like
just played this on normal and you had a good time and you don't really remember Doom 2016 because most people have shit memory, let's be honest.
Kind of sounds like you with remembering all what you have to do with all those mechanics, like glory killers, melee. I can't do flame belts. How do I quick swap? How do I chainsaw? Like all that shit. Apparently, you are like one of these people. You have shit memory.
Then you might think this is the better game, but seriously, I'm telling
It
you,
is.
just go back and
No,
play 2016
Seriously, it is.
again. It's a better gameplay loop. Alright, enough. I could rant about this game for like 20 minutes. Let's move on. I still like the game, despite what I'm complaining about. It's still the second best game I played this year, but I hope I explained to you why it's not the best.
So we're gonna go back to his other Doom videos. You know, I'm out of ideas for videos, so we're just gonna talk about this. Zoomers beat them. Did he ever make a Doom Eternal review though? Why is Eichmann my boy? I wish I could. Can the ancient gods save
Google
Doom
Fi,
Eternal?
a phone plan by Google. Get Simply Unlimited, our most affordable unlimited plan starting at just $20 a month per line. It comes with unlimited calls and texts.
Alright, just hold your horses.
Oh,
Wait a
what
second.
the
Do
hell
not
is this?
hit
Let's
that
just,
dislike button yet. Just hear me out.
I'm going to.
I don't hate Doom Eternal at all. In
That's
fact,
cool.
I think it's a great game. I do have quite a few issues with it, and I definitely don't like it as much as the cult of pseudo speedrunners that play it. But be honest with yourself, would you have even clicked on this video if it had a normal title? No, because you have no idea who I am. You would
Yeah,
have
who the
just
fuck are you,
scrolled
bro?
past and ignored me. So cut me a break. Alright, let's just get
Nah,
straight
I'm
into this
not
because
gonna
this is
take a
just
break.
DLC. It's not a fucking full review. I will briefly give my thoughts on Ancient Gods Part 1 because I also
too
played
hard,
it
guys.
right
I
before I
can't
played
find
Part
a
2.
buff
If you're just
roster.
here to hear my thoughts on Ancient Gods Part 2, skip to
He's
this
pretty bad, actually.
timestamp. Fuck me.
That's easy. Here. Okay, here's a little pointer for you, buddy. Don't fire your rocket launcher at close range. I know I've been doing it all day, but that's because I'm a dumbass. Like you. Kinda.
I just fucking killed myself there, dude.
Yes, you did. Good job.
Oh shit. No, no, no! No! Fuck!
Oh no, I can't press melee. Okay, this guy is a little bastard, but
God! Fuck!
this is easy. I did this yesterday or 2 days ago on like Ultra Finals, so.
Yes! Finally! Fuck! Yes! So basically, I didn't like Ancient Gods Part 1 very much. Honestly, I thought it pretty much brought out all of the worst aspects of Doom Eternal and cranked it even slightly further. And
Yeah,
honestly,
that's a good thing.
you know what it felt like? It felt like one of those challenge map DLCs for like Batman Arkham Asylum or something. Where it was
It's supposed to
basically
be way
just
harder.
all arenas. It took the already abysmal level design from the main game and basically made it literally just platforming and arenas. And that's the entire thing. Mostly arenas, in fact. There's only like a handful of small secret areas, and none of them are progression based. The only upgrades you get are from the Slayer gates. So basically it's just extra lives and more stupid, terrible, goofy ass cringe lore. And because only 2 new enemy types were added, and one of them is not even a real enemy type, it just makes every other enemy in the game faster and more powerful, and also ignore half of the mechanics in the game. The Maker Ghosts ignore falters, freezes, they can absorb like more than twice as much damage, and then when you kill them, you have to use the fucking microwave beam, the thing that nobody used, to kill them. Because again, this is Hugo Martin's like sick joke that he feels like he has to balance every weapon by making one specific weapon kill one specific enemy for like every gun in the game. Which makes no sense. Like, that's just forced
Thank
balance.
you so much, Hugo.
It
You're a
doesn't
great
make you
man.
actually want to use the guns. You're forced to use the guns, you know? I
You're
don't
my
want to
boy.
use the microwave beam. You move at half speed while you're melting the dude. It's
good
so
luck.
painful. So no matter what any fanboy says, I don't know if Under the
I'm a
Mayo
fanboy.
said it, but I'm sure somebody has said that these Maker Ghosts are actually great.
They're awesome.
Because they force you to play the game differently, because somehow that's inherently a good thing. Yeah, no, I despise the fucking Maker Ghost.
Spirits.
But honestly, the first level, it was a series of Slayer gates, essentially. Every single encounter had like
Oh, no.
3 waves of enemies, the same
I
like
can do
15
it without
enemy
dying,
types
you can.
you fought a million
Well, I
times.
actually did it with
And
dying, like,
the
a
only
couple
difference
times,
really
but
is they
still.
just throw more of them. So like, this is a habit in both DLCs actually, where instead of throwing 1 tyrant at you, they'll throw 2. Same with Hell Barons. Instead of 1, there's
Barons
2.
of Hell.
And there's a lot more of the fucking, I think they're called carcasses, the guys who throw shields in front of you. There's more of them. There's a lot more of the riot shield dudes, which are
Supposed to be
annoying as
hard.
fuck. At least you
You
can chainsaw them. The other new enemy type is the Blood Maker, which
I need to get a
they're
name
just
right.
another dude you have to headshot, but they're way more powerful than the standard ones. They have these AoE spears and shit. And they're invincible unless they're charging up one of their major attacks. The Blood Swamps, I don't know, they were okay, but you had segments that slowed down your movement. There was a lot more platforming, which of course is fucking terrible. Who actually likes the platforming?
Me.
Why do they keep putting this in? I guess it's
fun,
to
honestly.
have the illusion of the game not being a series of squares connected by hallways. Because I guess if the hallways are platforming, I don't know, it's slightly more entertaining.
Yeah.
Not really. And yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of absurdly difficult on Nightmare in certain areas.
Not really.
It's just annoying.
far.
If you even fucked up one time, if you stood still for 1 second, you died. It's just not fun. I don't know. The people who
I keep getting muted for some reason.
really enjoy playing these games on
Okay, that's
Nightmare to see how
literally how you're
good they
supposed to
can
do it.
beat the game, and like, again, it's like pseudo speedrunning because
Nope.
none of these people are even in the top 10 of like an any percent speedrun or 100%
Yeah, why does that matter? I
speedrun.
just
They're
wanna be
literally just
visible.
people playing it for the sake of playing it. And I have no idea why the hell you would do that for a single player game when nobody cares how good you are at a single player game.
Actually, pseudo speedrunning. A lot of people care about how speedrunning people do it. A lot of people just like to talk about it. Go on Alston server. It's, yeah, just you know.
But whatever. And really, I guess the only other thing is, like, the plot is really stupid. Essentially, heaven's been taken over by the demons. And so what you think is happening is Doom Guy is going to resurrect the father so that you can reclaim heaven and blah 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 or something, right? Well, the big plot twist is he destroys the father's life orb so he can't take physical form anymore. And it turns out Samuel Hayden was Samor all along, which is like the father's most faithful angel. And the father was Vega, the AI, all along. It's like, this is really dumb.
No,
this, again,
really.
just seems like Hugo Martin's weird, like,
Hugo, let's go, baby, yeah.
80s cartoon fantasy shit that he shoved into this video game, and I have no idea why. Because I highly, highly doubt whoever the director was for 2016 was thinking, oh yeah, Samuel Hayden, he's secretly an angel.
Okay, Marty Stred. He's also a game director for Doom Eternal, if you didn't know that. Dumbass. Well, no.
Angel, and Vega is God. Sure, yeah. And so eventually you fight your way to heaven. The Slayer Gate here is insane, by the way. The Holt Slayer Gate. Apparently it was buffed. Originally it was the easiest part of the DLC, which is kind of funny. But they buffed it to easily be the hardest. It took me easily 20 tries to beat this. It was ridiculous. They throw a fucking possessed marauder at you on top of a bunch of other enemies. And like I said before, the possessed enemies are like 30% faster and hit, I think, almost twice as hard or some shit. So a super fast marauder in a tiny arena, because the Slayer Gate arena for the DLC is just way too fucking small. That pisses me off. Because they know that 80% of the difficulty in Doom Eternal is literally just the arena design. Because every enemy you're basically supposed to fight a specific way. No matter what people say about, oh, play styles. No, that's just using mechanics in a slightly different way. There are weapons that do high damage, there are weapons that do low damage. And some demons have specific weaknesses. That's about as far as the flexibility goes. You're still running around in a circle while shooting. That's the entire game. And goddamn, I was tired by the time I finally fucking beat it. It's fucking exhausting. And so anyway, you get all the way to the end of the DLC. You have to kill some more, aka, you know, Samuel Hayden. And you resurrect the Dark Lord with his life sphere. Because Doom Guy wants to kill Satan once and for all, I guess. And what's the big twist? Satan is literally Doom Guy with red eyes. Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
God, this is such a...
He actually has a little triangle in his chest.
Joke. I know it's not meant to be taken seriously, but maybe I want to take it seriously. Have you ever thought about that? And so at the end of the day, I think it was just quantity over quality. Like, they needed more development time. The levels, they look cool, of course, but the level design is horrible, so what does it really matter? It's just eye candy. And you're just fighting the same enemies that you fought with some slight tweaks. The Maker Ghosts being, like, super fucking annoying.
Okay, I fucking hate
end of the day, I guess I would give it, like, a 6. Like, Ancient Gods Part 1 is just okay.
This is my least favorite
It's absolutely just made for, like, the try-hard audience. I mean, I suppose if you played on normal, it's probably fine.
But I love it.
If you haven't really gotten the hang of Doom Eternal systems, because, again, you were playing on kind of a pussy-ass difficulty, then they'll probably kick your ass. But even for people who are used to Nightmare, this is definitely a slight step up in difficulty. And it just, it's so tiresome. It just throws way too many enemies at you. It feels like a shitty level I would have made in, like, I don't know, Infamous 2's level creator. 5 of you might know what I'm talking about.
What is Outplay? You play and it records. You can choose exactly what you want it to record, whether it be kills.
So as for Ancient Gods Part 2, which is what you're really here for,
no, I'm actually
is it better than Part 1? Yes. It is definitely better than Part 1. And why is it better? Well, a few reasons. The first and most important reason being there's a lot more enemy variety. Now, I will admit this seems pretty lazy because all the new enemies except for one, which is barely even a new enemy. I'll get to that last.
I love Doom Eternal.
All of them are just reskins. Like, there's a Stone Imp, the Screecher, which is just a reskin of like a normal zombie. The new Riot Shield guys, which are a giant fucking pain in the ass. They just have a gold shield and like, wear a helmet. You know, stuff like that. They're just reskins. But they do add some kind of cool variety to the gameplay. I enjoy them anyway. So, honestly, the most fun one is the Stone Imp, because they're basically the bone wheel skeletons from Dark Souls. Anybody who's played those games knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, they roll into balls of fire straight towards you, and you gotta dodge out of the way. And they're only weak to the hammer and the full auto mod for the shotgun. You're probably not gonna waste your hammer, so I guess, again, it's just Hugo Martin wanting to fucking make every weapon mod useful.
You see, bro, it's not Hugo Martin. He's not the only person calling decisions. Yes, he's probably the last one, and I'm not someone who really knows much about this, but still, you're wrong.
Which nobody asked for or wanted, but the dick suckers are probably like, wow, genius.
The dick suckers, you couldn't have come up with the more, like, maybe the dumbasses or the dick suckers, though. Wow. You're actually good at insults, you know.
Truly amazing. The new riot shield, guys, the shield is completely invulnerable from the front. So you've got to use grenades or the remote rocket to take them out, which is actually fairly balanced because they don't charge after you like the normal variants. They just kind of hold position in a corner, which, yeah, I like that. I actually think that's pretty damn good design. The Screechers are really fucking annoying, though. If you kill them, they buff all the enemies around them. So, you know, the twist with them is you're not supposed to shoot them. You're supposed to kill them last after you killed everyone else.
That much.
And it's the same buff as being possessed by a spirit, I think.
Just gotta avoid
They're definitely faster, and I don't know, they might do more damage. Wasn't paying that much attention. And then we have the Armored Baron, which is pretty sweet. It's, you know, a Baron with armor and a mace ball for a hand.
Oh my god, he was
And basically, you gotta shoot the mace ball when it glows to break all his armor off. And the armor regenerates after a few seconds. So, honestly, not a big change, but still, actually kind of fun.
He's fun.
The most annoying of the new enemy types is the Cursed Prowler, who actually does a damage over time effect when he hits you.
Guy, honestly.
That also removes your ability to dash. And the only way to get rid of the debuff is to Blood Punch him. I don't like this, simply because Blood Punch is unreliable. Anybody who's played this game long enough knows that Blood Punch still does not always work.
Yeah.
And the fact that he can teleport away from you and you basically have to chase him down without dashing can make it a serious pain in the ass. As soon as he spawns, just fucking nuke him, dude. And then the final new enemy isn't really a new enemy, it's basically a new fodder demon, except you can't chainsaw them. In the last level, they have these armored hell dudes with guns. I mean, they're basically like normal soldiers that would be in a shooter, and you can kill them in like one hit with anything, so that's kind of cool. And then, of course, the new mechanic is the hammer, and what the hammer does is it essentially takes the basically non-existent ammo, health, and armor economy and makes it even more
completely wrong.
Valid by essentially giving you a way to go from 0 health or armor to max of one of those two things. Because what it does is, it does two things. One, it will stun any demons it hits for like a few seconds. Not including possessed. The possessed still can't be fucking stunned. And two, if the demons are on fire or frozen, it like doubles the amount of health or armor that you get from them. So if you just, you know, spray an entire group of demons, then immediately hammer, boom, you got max armor. So yeah, the hammer is like a great...
Doesn't look like max, does it? Enhance? How the fuck do I do that? I don't know.
Get out of jail free card. It's recharged with glory kills and destroying weak points, so it's like not too hard to get it back. And yeah, I liked it quite a bit.
I think it should be like
As for like the level spread and length, it's a bit shorter than part 1. Part 1 was like 5 hours, maybe 7 hours if you're playing on Nightmare. Or at least it took me 7 hours to 100% everything. This DLC is more like 4 hours. And the difficulty has been lowered a bit. I think they listened to criticism of part 1 in that it just kind of spammed way too many enemies at you in too small arenas.
They both can be very difficult if you suck like me, because I'm not very good at the game. And like this guy too, he's kind of bad.
Because there was only one
But it's
part
okay,
of this
you know,
DLC that I got stuck on
gotta get
for a
better.
while,
Just get good
which
roll.
was the new
Got this.
these escalation nests or whatever, which is basically the replacement for Slayer Gates, where you do the first part of them to progress, but the optional second wave gives you like a cosmetic if you beat it, right? And the second one of these escalation gates was way fucking harder than the other two.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Fuck you. God, look at this. I can't move. Literally couldn't move.
Literally can't jump. Literally, I can't jump. My brain function is gone. Let's watch that again.
Fuck you.
Gets
God,
cornered.
look at this. I can't move.
Can't dash either, can you? Can you not dash either? You know, cannot dash.
Literally couldn't move. Oh,
I think it's gonna work out.
what was I supposed to do there? Fucking.
Quirked up white boy.
I can't.
I
There's
can't
too
falter.
much
I cannot falter the Cyberdemanculus. I cannot fire a remote dead or a thing.
going on. There's too much going on. Really just painful. It's literally just painful. Because it never ends. It never ends.
Damn, that was
Like, I want to know how much damage does a pinky do? Because whatever it is too hot. It's too fucking high.
I'm dying and I'm complaining. I'm on nightmare,
What?
guys. I
You
can't.
saw that, right? It didn't fucking
Yeah, that's
work.
bullshit.
What do you know? What do you fucking know? It didn't work.
Quirked up white boy.
I think it was basically just the arena. The arena was too fucking small. There wasn't any maneuverability.
Arena's
so you got all
huge.
these enemies beating the absolute shit
It's
out
your
out of
dog
you.
shit
And like
gameplay.
even in this arena, like a Marauder, which I have no problem fighting the Marauder
Yes, you
now, like at all.
Don't lie.
But
to your
because
fan
they
base.
throw other enemies like flanking you and chasing you down,
So
like
you're
there's a Doom
literally-
Hunter in this wave, along with
Okay, actually not that bad.
possibly some leftover invisible pinkies. You don't really have time to just
Oh my God.
stop and deal with him.
Same
Hard to
with
say
the
how much
Archvile.
of this
Oh,
is
no,
really
I
my
cannot-
fault, but I feel like in both of
All of it is. Every single part of it. All of it. All of it's your fault.
these DLCs,
I
I
should
was
just make a
killed
YouTube video on,
from
like, one of
enemies
these.
spawning behind me much more than the main game. I don't know what it is. I couldn't explain it. All I know is it's very, very just fucked to have an enemy spawn behind you and you die in like 1 second
Bro,
because it's
you're
like a
supposed
goddamn armored baron or doom hunter.
I am unable to walk. I'm unable to look around, you see.
Or whatever, literally just beating the shit out of you and you can't do anything about it. I'll even say that the level design has actually improved a bit in part 2 as well, as there are more varied encounters where the environment actually matters. Like for example, there's this fountain that the little green doggo creates this field around,
Do you like
right?
this?
And then it's filled with like the swamp
This is my
purple
least favorite
sludge
encounter in
shit
Doom
that you
Eternal,
can't
honestly.
dash or
It's fun,
run through. And you gotta fight a bunch of enemies in that. And also there's like some weird, like kind of goofy encounter design.
My goofy
Similarly,
arena.
the first time you go into one of those doggo fields and you get out of it, there's like 10 pinkies that like rush
5,
you instantly
I think.
that are buffed.
Maybe 4.
And it's kind of stuff like that that just kind of keeps it interesting. There's also a couple parts where they throw like 50 imps at you, and it's just awesome to like use like a remote detonated rocket to just like blow the shit out of all of them. And the environments are in top form in this one, especially the final level. You've seen it if you've seen the trailer. It's basically the Avengers. A bunch of portals open up and all the Sentinels come through with the giant mechs and stuff,
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
pretty cool,
fighting
honestly.
demons in the background of the last level. Throughout the entire level, you can see them. And it's very cool, actually. Very, very cool. And even the platforming is slightly more interesting, as they now add meat hook grapple points, which honestly you would think would be a no-brainer for the main game, but yeah, I guess they finally figured we could use this meat hook for grappling, and they even put it in a couple of the arenas. And, you know, I won't really spoil the story for like the 5 people who care about.
I care about the story, kinda. Oh god, I hate this guy. This is actually my least favorite boss in the whole entire game. I actually dislike him, kinda. Kinda bullshit, because they rushed on time. I can forgive him. But I hate him. I honestly hate the Dark Lord. He's not fun.
The story, but obviously it ends with a showdown with the
This might
Dark
be the
Lord.
one
and-
part where
I mean, you can pretty much guess what
agree with the
happens.
guy.
There is one more twist, I won't say, but it's stupid.
Damn, bro.
And you can better believe it's fucking stupid.
You're stupid.
One sour note at the end is the final boss fight,
Yeah.
which is really not very good at all. I've noticed this team struggles quite a bit with boss fights. I'd say almost none of the boss fights in this game are good, main game or DLC.
Main game,
and
I
the
like
Dark
the
Lord
boss
is no
fights,
exception. He's
dumbass.
basically a giant marauder.
He's a shitty
And I wouldn't say he
gladiator,
was
in my
bad
opinion.
enough
He's
to ruin the experience or
he's
anything.
a watered
but
down
it would
piece
have
of
been
crap
better to end it
gladiator.
on a high note, obviously. And so I guess to wrap this up, I actually
spawns
like this
wolves?
one. I thought it was pretty fucking good. It's hard to say if the 2 DLCs are worth the price of $30.
Yeah.
That seems steep to me for what you get here. Because you're essentially just getting more of Doom
it's also for
Eternal,
the developer
a
time.
little bit more difficult, and a few new enemy types, and it's a few hours long. I mean, if you're like the average person who plays this on
It's the
normal or
length
maybe
of
hard,
half of the Doom
you're gonna
Eternal
blow
campaign
through
is half
these
the money,
together
too.
in about 6 hours. You know, 6 or 7. So is that worth $30 to you?
Doom
Maybe,
Eternal takes like
possibly.
8, won't be.
If you really enjoy the game, you've probably already
you're
bought
doing
these
some
DLCs, and you're probably satisfied with your purchase. But yeah, I'd say go ahead. If you like Doom Eternal, fuck it, just get them.
Best game.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. That
You're welcome,
Ancient
man.
Gods Part 2 announcement really took me off guard. I wasn't planning on talking about Doom Eternal again so soon, but, you know, I have to try to be timely. Well, it's been 3 more weeks, and you know what?
No, I don't care. Okay, so 20 more minutes, guys, probably. And then
Do you want a new voice?
not really, bro. My voice sucks, but like.
What?
Hey
Do
guys.
this, as you'll see in a second. So some of these I will read directly, and some of these I'm just gonna respond to a general idea.
And
So yeah, the first type of comment is obviously people complaining that I'm not good enough at the game to play
It's true.
Nightmare or something. Which, I mean, if I beat the main game and the DLCs on Nightmare, doesn't that inherently mean...
Nope. Doesn't. Just got lucky. No, just kidding. No, it doesn't. You're not good enough. You're decent. You're kind of shit at the game. It doesn't. It just means you scratch by, because... no, it doesn't.
I'm good enough?
Nope.
But whatever, I guess I was supposed to beat it all in a few tries. Like, the people who put like several hundred hours into this game.
See how much I
Do you even understand how easy it is to criticize somebody else's footage?
Yeah,
it's
man.
quintessential
Pretty bad.
backseat gaming. People have done it since Let's Plays have existed on this website. If
Where
you
am I from,
posted
that
your footage, I guarantee everyone could find something to complain about in the way that you played the game. Because
Maybe.
unless you're literally a speedrunner, you're going to be making mistakes.
Yeah, and that's
I
okay.
purposely highlighted
can
certain
critique it.
points where I had made
Okay, I only
mistakes
have, like,
to
6
show
days in
how
this game.
easily you can die with just
So
one mistake.
that's-
And it being on the highest difficulty is not an excuse. Which reminds me, if you didn't beat it on Nightmare, I don't care about your opinion on this
I did.
issue. Because some of you people who wrote comments or upvoted other comments telling me I'm bad haven't even beaten it on Nightmare
That doesn't
yourself,
matter.
so that really invalidates what you have to say.
No, it don't.
But you
You
have
just
to
suck.
understand, and this is to go back to my point about pseudo speed running and playing a game for no reason, that there is no way to prove to anybody how good you are at Doom Eternal, because Doom Eternal is essentially a single player fighting game. The whole game is just spent fighting bots. And nobody cares how good you are at fighting bots. But since you're
wrong.
such an insular, echo chamber type of community, you attack anybody that criticizes your favorite game. But you don't represent the majority. And you don't have to look any further than the fact that this game hasn't won any Game of the Year awards except by maybe some
Doesn't
no-name
matter.
publication.
Or,
it didn't even
how
get the
about-
game...
I think that was Ranger song, wasn't it? One of them. Best music in Steam. Okay, I don't think this is right or something. I don't know. I thought it was better, honestly. I know, I had 6 hours. I've been having 6 hours for a long, long time. So, plus 9 plus that, and then 3 times 24. Plus 22 times 6 times plus 9. That's wrong.
Gamer's Choice Game of the Year award at the Game Awards.
No one
It
cares.
was beaten out by Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. And those are on one platform. So clearly people didn't like Doom Eternal that much if they didn't bother to
Literally,
show
a
up
lot
to
of
vote
people
for their
did.
favorite game. So yeah, if you ever
Pretty sure it
wonder
was,
why
like,
Doom
rigged.
Eternal
That's
didn't
what I
win
heard or
any
something.
Game
I
of the
don't
Year
know.
awards, which I don't. And it's not just because
pull something
journalists were sucking feminine penis. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. The game just alienated the casual
You know,
fan
I
base of gamers
really
completely.
don't
But
wanna
no, it
get
doesn't matter. When you
demonetized or
exist
shit
in an
for
echo
this.
chamber, you think your opinion is the majority. So how dare somebody from outside your community criticize your favorite game?
Yeah, bro,
He
I'm gonna
must just be
criticize
bad
you.
at the game. And it's like, I don't care if you think I'm bad. I beat the hardest difficulty, unless you count Ultra Nightmare, which, you know, fair enough. I probably can't beat Ultra Nightmare without spending another 30 to 40 hours playing a game that I don't even like that much in the first place. So why would I do it? But also, imagine
second best game.
actually watching video guides on mechanics.
I do.
Because the game doesn't explain how they work. Is that not incredibly degenerate for any of you who have some sort of sanity left?
So it didn't win any Game of the Year awards, but it did win Best Soundtrack Award of 2020 from Steam. Oh, let's see, Last of Us Part 2. Wait, no, shit. We can look that up while we're watching.
I mean, again, it's like you're training to be speedrunners. That's why you guys were so butthurt about the speedrunner comparison, because that's what you are. You're wasting your time to
I'm
beat
not
a game
wasting my
better,
time.
not because it's fun, but because of sunk cost fallacy. You've already wasted so much time getting better at a game that you convinced yourself it's fun to do the same exact thing over and over
Because it kind
again.
of is, in my opinion, at least. My computer's like exploding. One sec. Probably. Let's just keep watching for a bit. Come on, stream.
Because it's not a multiplayer game, there's no unique experiences, all the spawns are the same, you're literally just doing the same thing over and over again to get better at the game for no reason. So yes, comparing you to speedrunners is pretty fucking ass. And I guarantee if I
Last of Us. Okay, look at this shit. What a good price, bro. We got Last of Us Part 2, you know. Metacritic. Oh, shit. We don't wanna. Let's just make that an 8, you know. Just kidding. You know, that's great. As he goes to shoot. Here. We can keep watching.
watched all of your faces while you played the game, they would be as soulless and expressionless. You people are so dopamine fried that this is the only way that it can
That doesn't sound like
stimulate you
dopamine.
with this incredibly fast, challenging experience. And it's like,
Okay, buddy. So we got my boy over here. Doom Eternal. Only beat out by, for some reason, The Last of Us Part fucking 2. Which I personally don't get. Like, who the fuck would play Last of Us Part 2, you know? Unironically playing Last of Us Part 2. So, got the 88 on the Metacritic, you know? Even though this doesn't matter. By your logic, it would. Your logic, it would. Because, well, it doesn't matter because this, you know? Personally, like, who the fuck would play Last of Us Part 2? Just kidding. If you like it, that's weird, but okay.
it's essentially just the worst part of the Souls fan base is the Doom Eternal fan base.
Woo, yeah,
You guys are
Souls.
making people who like the game casually look bad. And you will lead to the destruction of your own favorite franchise because you're going to make it cater more and more to a smaller crowd each time.
Let's get
The
the
more
date,
elitist and hardcore people.
Elitists
it's just
are
so
assholes,
pointless.
you know?
I mean,
I'm not- I
really,
don't
imagine
think I'm
playing
elitist.
a
I don't
single-player
wanna be an
fighting game
elitist.
that is only single-player. And imagine wasting hours training to get better fighting bots. That's
Long hair goals, L-Vibe dream lengths.
Boy, I got long hair
and
goals,
help
guys.
seal split ends.
Just kidding.
So you might remember how much fun using cheat codes in games was back in the day. You could max out your...
That's what this is. Another thing that you fanboys fail to understand, and I want you to be honest with me, which of course you won't, but let's pretend for a moment you're going to be honest with me. How many times have you played Doom Eternal? If it's more than 2, then you've played the game significantly more than I have, and so of course...
Maybe you shouldn't be reviewing it then. Just a thought. Maybe you shouldn't be reviewing it if you've not... Well, actually twice. Like, more than twice. Does that mean you've only played through it one time? One time.
You're better than me at the game.
Or 2.
If the answer is only 2, and you've watched a bunch of YouTube guides by like Under the Mayo about how mechanics work, then again, perfect reason you're better than me.
Okay.
Why should I have done either of those things just to review DLC for a video game?
So you're actually good at the game, and you know what you're talking about.
Name one other video game in existence where you have to play the game multiple times to be good enough to play it on, you know, even the hardest difficulty. I can't even think of a game where you have to beat it multiple times just to have a chance to win effectively at the highest difficulty to appease try-hard fanboys. And I'm not going to take back anything I said about you people wasting your time, because you are.
You're wasting
and obviously you've all come to terms with that because you're having fun. I would just call it addiction. Because if you've ever watched any speedrun in your life, and I'm not even going to count GDQ, because all of them are degenerates, but if you just count normal speedrunners, look at their face while they're playing the game. Do they look like they're having fun?
They're concentrated.
No, of course they're not, because they've played the game like 1,000 times.
Have you ever heard of concentration, you dumbass? You do a little bit.
They've done the same thing over and over again just to beat us slightly faster, because their dopamine receptors are fried, and so are yours, whether you admit it or not.
Yours, guys.
And it's time to just fucking go cold turkey, dude. Stop playing Doom Eternal. Stop playing any shooters. Play like an, I don't know, an action RPG, a hack and slash, a platformer, a fucking strategy game. Play literally anything else for a while, and then come back to shooters. And you'll be fine. You'll start having a good time again, instead of this remnants of fun that you claimed.
1 second, stream. Oh, hi. Yep, this guy's kind of a dumbass, right? He's kind of stupid. This guy's, he's synthetic.
But again,
get it? Synthetic, man. He's kind of stupid.
That's just another opinion you people probably won't be able to handle. I don't really care what you do either way.
I don't know,
but
I just like
to address a few of these in particular, one that annoyed me was one of my clips where I got stun-locked to death by an archvile. Let me state that again. Stun-locked to
I
death.
can't dash.
People
Dashing
managed
is
to
too hard,
nitpick
guys.
that and say I was walking up to an archvile with a shotgun rather than dashing, using grappling hook or any ranged weapon. Bad game design.
Fuck you.
Proceeds to walk face first into a mancubus. First of all, those are just failures.
No, you do not agree with him. I will kill.
Of awareness on my part. Normally, I wouldn't have done those things. You're taking 5-second clips out of context. I didn't know where that archvile was, and that's not my problem. My problem
I don't know where the archvile that I clearly looked at was.
is I turn left, see an archvile, have about half a second at most to react before he shoots fire and instantly kills me. Like, my reaction speed is not the best in the world. I'll admit that. I'm not like a god gamer, and I'll never claim to be. That being said, I'm willing to beat my head against a wall to beat a particularly hard part, because normally I find that fun. Doom Eternal, though, again, unless you are literally watching YouTube guides on mechanics and weapon combinations, the average player is not going to be able to beat this shit at all, no matter how hard he tries. And I just think that's bad design. There's no reason you should ever have to go to YouTube to watch how mechanics work for a single player game. If it's for a multiplayer game, that's fine. I get it, because people are going to do whatever it takes to be the best. But you have nothing to prove to anybody getting better at Doom Eternal. That's the thing I don't get. And yeah, it has such like a crazy, manic, circle jerk fan base.
Yeah,
and I mean, I already knew that making this
wacky.
video, so I knew what the response
This guy
was
doesn't
going
know how
to
to
be.
play games.
But it's just hilarious to see people scrounge
I
at
have a
like the
question.
smallest
Should I
little
continue my
evidence
Ancient Gods
that I'm
playthrough?
bad at the game. And I'm not
Should I
bad at
finish
the
it
game, but I'm not
on
as
Nightmare?
good
I
as
just
these
finished Doom
people.
Eternal on
I'll
Nightmare
obviously
again
admit
today.
that.
Or first time
But
on Nightmare.
someone who's bad at the game literally could not beat it on Nightmare. You people are
Yeah,
so
that's the hard one,
skewed in like
dumbass.
your crazy radicalized fan base.
It's radical.
You know, that's propped up
easy.
by popular
We should play
YouTubers,
battle mode.
of course. But yeah, just generally, I don't even need to read some of these. I'll just put a few of them on screen.
So
that
basically,
said,
okay, let's read them. Absurdly difficult Nightmare. Then don't play Nightmare. Exactly. Plays Nightmare. Doesn't quick strike. Yep. Okay. Yeah. These are. Okay, this one. I just walk around.
the same thing. Again, people think I shouldn't play on Nightmare unless I'm at some certain undefined skill level at the game. But if I can beat it, even if it takes a few tries, doesn't that mean I'm good enough?
No.
It completely defeats the point if you can beat the game on the hardest difficulty in one try. Like, Ultra Nightmare should be something you do after, again, either watching YouTube guides, which is stupid, or a lot of practice of just beating your head against the wall in the game.
Yeah,
and I would never
beating your head
try
against the
Ultra
wall, let's
Nightmare.
go.
That is there for the true elite people that I have no desire in becoming. There is no reason I should have to be at a certain skill level to talk about what I don't like about a game. Because those things just are not
No, you're
correlated. Just
talking
because
wrong.
you wasted,
I'm right.
you know,
You
hundreds of
little bitch.
hours or whatever getting good at a game,
wasting.
again, does not make your opinion any more valid than mine. I still beat the same thing you.
So, you know, guy, my point would be invalid for not being the game on, for being the game like Ultra Violence, you know. It'd be invalid, but you know,
beat
yours is
that I'm
invalid.
talking about. And I didn't like
Kinda
certain
wacky.
things. And learning stupid mechanics that I think are exploits.
I think there's stupid mechanics and exploits.
But the game's too hard. The game's too hard, guys. I just can't learn the mechanics, so the game is too hard.
Like hot swapping all these different guns and
That's
different
not an exploit.
cooldown
They just
timers
fucking
and
play the
throwing
game.
in frag grenades, ice grenades, blah 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 blah. Which I
Playing
do
the game
that
is an
stuff.
exploit,
I
guys.
just don't do it well enough because
Yeah.
my reflexes just aren't fast enough. I'm not good at like quick reacting to a situation as much as some of these people. Because the game's just too fast. The game's too fucking fast for me. That's you wanted to boil down a lot of my complaints to Doom Eternal, I literally just think it's too fast.
Mild lyrics. ATV Legends.
Now, as for the level design complaints, this is the weirdest fanboyism to me. People are saying because it's an arena shooter, that means level design outside of arenas doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter as much.
Excuse me, what?
Kinda
So
does.
you're telling me if this game looked like an N64 game where it was just gray cubes with like a small hallway between gray cubes, you'd be completely fine with that?
I wouldn't
No,
personally.
because some of you have jerked off how good the levels look. So don't you want the
I
levels
love how
to
this guy
play
has to
well
bring
in
up, like,
between arenas
jerking off
too?
and
Or
shit
no,
to
because
make
your
his
brain
point,
just
'cause he's
turns
some
off
immature-
in between the
Bro,
arenas
I'm a high schooler,
and
and
just
I'm
looks
more
at a
mature
map
than this
to
guy.
see like where the extra lives are, the secrets, if you even care about the secrets. And then your brain turns back on once you get to like the fun zone. It's like, that's bad design. Doom 2016 had real levels with exploration and like optional
Eternal's got
encounters that were
exploration.
actually significantly out of the way and not just a little platform below another platform. So there's no reason they couldn't have done that with Eternal. But no, in the DLC, they just doubled down on the things that they did in the main game. And if I were to compare 2016
just
and
here
Doom
for the
Eternal
music.
in like one phrase,
dumbass.
think of Doom like
Eternal
your
is
favorite birthday
better.
cake, right? 2016 is like having
2016
a,
is
a
getting shit
nice
on it.
solid slice of that cake and eating the cake and be like, yeah, that was a great cake.
Doom Eternal's eating the whole fucking cake.
Can't wait for the next cake, right? I'm satisfied, I'm good. Now, Doom Eternal is like shoving the entire cake down your throat.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's like, you know, at the time you're like, wow, that was awesome. I had all this cake. And then afterward, you feel like complete shit. You might throw
No, you don't
up,
feel
shit
like
your
shit, bro.
pants, and you just feel
I'd
hollow
shit my
inside.
pants,
Because
baby.
you know that was a mistake.
Wasn't
And
a
that's
mistake.
exactly how I
You're
feel
a
about
no,
Doom
just
Eternal. It's too much of a good thing, as they say. Because they took
So
every mechanic from Doom 2016 and
Made
just
it better.
cranked it to 11 and ignored all of the other things that made 2016 good. And so yeah, the people who are hardcore into as these super mega fast arena shooters like are desensitized to any normal game at this point. So they're basically a drug addict, right? It's like moving from
What
weed
the
to heroin,
fuck
or
is
I don't know,
this
coffee
analogy?
and pre-workout to cocaine or something.
Guys,
I don't know.
coffee
It's not
is
the best
exactly
analogy.
like.
The
No,
point
it's
is,
not.
they're
It's
so desensitized to like the 2016 experience
kind of
that they
wacky.
can't see how anybody could possibly like it better than Eternal. For everybody else who just played the game like once or twice and then
Gotta plug my mouse. Oh wait, no I don't.
Eternal comes out and then you're like, wow, that they went a little bit too far in a few places.
I may have gone too far in a few places.
And I really don't need to talk about it in detail. I know some people want to see it, but yeah, it's just not worth the time. This is gonna be the last time I talk about Eternal, probably. And one last thing I want to talk about, and this is the type of comment I've gotten a few times, is essentially, if you keep insulting your audience, you'll never make it on this website. First of all, most of the time I'm not insulting my audience. I'm insulting people who basically, intentionally or not, usually not intentionally, it's the YouTube algorithm recommending my videos to the wrong type of people. My videos get brigaded by a bunch of people who've never seen my content before, don't like my criticism, and then immediately insult me. So, forgive me if I preemptively counter what I correctly predict are what are exactly going to be your comments. I knew half of you would say just get good. I fucking knew it because you're so predictable. Because
Well, it's
that's
true,
the
though.
first place that fanboys of these type of games go for. And how do I know that? Oh, I don't know. Only because I've been the Souls fan base for 10 fucking years. Yeah, you get used to people saying
Just
get
not
good.
10 years.
And just because a game is hard does not make it good. And just because a game is fast does not make it good. Just because a game has complex mechanics does not make it good. And these are things that are very hard for people to swallow. And the truth is, it's not even about whether or not the fans are insulted. It's people wanting their dicks
I find
sucked
it
by YouTubers.
funny
And you know it. You know it deep in
how,
your psychology, and you won't
I have
admit
been
it.
streaming
Because then you would have to question
longer
your own morality.
on
And I'm sorry,
watching
I'm not
this
sucking
idiot.
anybody's dick. I'm going to call it like it is. Whether you think it's right or not, I'm
sucking
going to give my
2016's dick,
opinion.
bro.
And that's the end of it. Alright, and that's about it. Honestly, I don't even care anymore which game is better. It doesn't matter to me. I'm honestly just sick of this arena shooter style because it's such like it's so simplistic. Like, this is one of the few times
so hard
where I thought,
I can't remember the
you know,
shit,
maybe
but it's so simplistic.
some video games aren't art. As pretentious as that sounds. Because if your game boils down to, like, basically Pong with 1,000 mechanics, and there's no story that matters, there's no level design that matters, there's no immersion.
The
I don't
videos,
know, it
the
just-
visuals
it doesn't appeal
don't
to
matter.
me very much.
There's-
So
the
whatever,
videos
you
in
know,
this
I
game
guess I
suck.
hope you guys get what you want, the
I did.
fans, from the next game, but I won't be playing it if it's more of this shit.
Irelia's hard to play. Prove them wrong. U.GG/app.
Okay.
$1,200.
God, I don't know.
$5,000.
Wait, no.
And this one is.
Fuck off.
Yeah, so, hey guys, thanks for watching. This video was a bit difficult for me to make, and I was very angry, as you could probably tell, when I recorded a lot of that, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I've spoken that fast in a long time.
That seems
And
like alpha male. has
honestly,
little
I've come
circles.
to the conclusion that I'm probably not going to read as many comments anymore. I'm still going to try to respond
kind of sad,
to the
honestly.
positive ones when I see them, but shit like this is really starting to take a toll on my psyche, so, you know, I'm not going
kinda
to
sad
give you a
about that.
sob
Okay.
story, but essentially, I was
No one deserves
depressed
that.
for like 10 years. I'm not joking at all. And I finally pulled myself up by
Yeah,
my
bro, I'm kinda
bootstraps,
depressed.
essentially, over the past, like, year and a half,
Sometimes.
and you would think the YouTube channel was definitely part of that, but actually, believe it or not, lifting weights was a bigger part of
Yeah.
really pulling myself out of depression. So, I guess
I'm
the
still not
point I'm
gonna
trying to get
sympathize
to
with you,
here is that reading
'cause
1,000
you might be
comments shitting
saying-
on me does eventually wear me down. Even growing up on the internet, you don't have, you know, 1,000 people directly criticizing you. You know, you might get in arguments with people online. I've done it many times. But there's just something about people like unifying against you that just, it gets me, dude. It fucking triggers me so hard. And I am a little ashamed to admit it, but
it's okay.
it is what it is. And so, yeah, you know,
just don't do this, because it's
if I don't read your comment, you know, I'll probably get to it later. But yeah, I'm going to be taking a break from that for a while. So...
And that's kind of sad.
But, you know, I'm still going to be making videos.
Damn, no, just kidding. Damn, that sucks. Just kidding. I'm joking. So we're just gonna watch.
Would not deny those are facts. So stop putting up the "it's my opinion."
Just didn't say anything British,
It's not gonna work. It's fucking dumb. And no one's gaslighting you either. Just because people are telling you, "Hey, I think you're playing the game wrong. Here, let me explain it." That's not gaslighting you. And I've seen a little bit of this video, and the examples you show and the people you talk about are things that you really should not be giving any fucking light to or even talk about, because they're shitty arguments. But we're gonna see them anyways because this was a shitty fucking video, and you should really learn how to make better.
That's actually what.
If there's one thing that seems to be very common among game reviewers, it's that they don't seem to be able to take criticism. And a perfect example of this is a video from some upper echelon wannabe where he spurges out for 19 minutes.
Let's watch upper echelons.
Welcome to the Upper Echelon YouTube channel.
I have dog shit Doom Eternal. Raid Garbage Legends based, no, kinda, yeah. A chase, no, cease and desist. Among Us. That was cringe.
Talk about why I love tonal so much.
I love tonal, guys.
I don't need a bench. I don't need a curl board.
Now for progression. I am a sucker for progression and customization in almost any game that I play. Merch. We have a new shirt and it's super discounted already, plus a PC layout, which meant I was operating on a one-screen setup and thus could not effectively stream Doom Eternal from PC. This caused me to play on console because I don't know how long before I can actually safely go out and get cord adapters or have them reliably shipped to me. And if that makes you upset, I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is.
Maybe delay
Second
your
thing,
review.
I am not in love with Doom Eternal at all. It's got some great aspects, certainly more good than bad, and at the end of this video, I will genuinely recommend it for a certain demographic of gamers. Spoiler, I liked it enough to do that, and I'll explain thoroughly why in just a minute. But I will not just be sucking this game's dick like I've seen so many other people doing over the past few days. It has some major flaws. It's honestly difficult for me to pick a real starting point. Despite the fact it's an extremely linear game in and of itself, describing it with a clean progression from start to finish, covering all aspects, feels like a nearly insurmountable task. The most logical place to start is narrative. There really isn't much to say about narrative other than I liked it, and that's worth noting when I find myself getting bored of most narrative games that I play. I will deliberately avoid spoilers at all costs here, but suffice it to say the narrative was interesting, well thought out, and best of all, contained
guys,
an actual...
I'm gonna just end the stream here tonight. Might come back later, you know. See you later, guys.